And they're double-minded because they're of the world, man. Now go to Luke 21, verse 25 through 26.
Luke chapter 21, verse 25.
Yep.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations.
Upon earth distress of nations. That's why these people protesting, because they're distressed with perplexity, finding no end to their solution at their wits' ends. That's here in America, and that's all around the world. The people in Egypt, they've been protesting for 2 years straight. Okay? Then they finally get a democratic democracy. They apply that, but then they can't come to no solution who they should put in as president. They still fighting over who's that. Because they distressed, they have perplexity. They think, oh, well, if we adopt this from America, maybe it will work for us. It's not working. So they're protesting. And they still protest over there in Cairo and stuff, man. Keep reading. Use that verse 25.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Now, when it's talking about the seas and the waves roaring, it's talking about these people protesting, man. All right? Proof of that, go to Isaiah chapter 17, verse 12. Okay, we're going to show that these people that's protesting, they're not doing that out of their own free will like they think they are. The Lord's putting a spirit on them to do what they do, to fulfill prophecy. Just like the Lord put a spirit on us to come out here and proclaim this, there's a spirit on the people that's doing it on the left-hand side. Okay?
Isaiah chapter 17, verse 12.
Yep.
Woe to the multitudes of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of nations, and to make a rushing like the rushing of a mighty waters. That's
the sea and the waves roaring. And it said, woe unto them. Go to Psalm 65 and 7, hold that and come back to that. Okay? Because we know that the end of those people, they're going to be destroyed, man. They either going to get put to death when martial law is implemented, okay, because they are already marked as terrorists or domestic terrorists if you're a protester, okay? And they ain't going to have no protection from the Heavenly Father. Because their whole thing was glorying against the truth, man. Lying against the truth, trying to save America. Or trying to, what's the word? Trying to resist the powers that be, man. Okay? When it ain't even that time. Keep reading.
Psalm chapter 65, verse 7.
Yeah.
Which settle the noise of the seas and the noise of their waves. The tumult of the people.
A tumult, which we got the word tumult, which means, what was that again, Slug? You can go back to where we was in thing. Tumult means violent and noisy commotion or disturbance of a crowd or mob, uproar, a general outbreak, riot, upspring, uprising, or disorder. So the tumult of the people is talking about these people protesting. Now, what's the fate of those people? Go back to that in Isaiah.
Isaiah 17 and 12. Woe to the multitudes of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas.
That's why you see them people end up getting batoned down in the streets. That's why you see them get Mazel Tov, snatched up, go ghost. All right, because they're gonna start using that National Defense Authorization Act executive orders by just snatching people they deem as terrorists, man. They show you that with this guy that was part of that WikiLeaks or something that was leaking information. They say he committed suicide. They killed that dude, man. They X'd that nigga. Oh, well, he's a heathen. They X'd his ass out, man, because the Lord wasn't with him. Okay, that's why he got put to death. And it's gonna be more of you people that's out there protesting that's not with the Lord. You're gonna be getting put to death out here, man. All right, because your government, the U.S. government, has bought up hollow tip bullets like it's going out of style, man. And they got enough bullets, was it like 4 or 5 bullets per person here in America, and they're gonna start using it. Then it ain't gonna be funny anymore. Keep reading. That's why the Lord said, "Woe unto you."
The nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters.
Talking about these heathens. That's why we tell our people to separate from them and don't get caught up in the hoopla and the facade of the Occupy movement. Because this is going to be the fate of them. Keep reading. All them nations that's in that, because all the heathen are into that.
But the Most High shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far off.
Yeah, because we rebuking them. When we come out here, we tell them they're going to get destroyed, and then they're going to flee when all hell break loose. Keep reading.
And they shall flee far off, and shall be chastened as the chaff of the mountain before the wind.
Yep.
And like a rolling thing before a whirlwind.
Yep. They're going to get rolled on. Keep reading.
And behold, at the evening time, troubles, before the morning he is not. This is the portion of them that spoiled us.
Yep.
And the lot of them that robbed us.
Who robbed us and who spoiled you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? First and foremost, the so-called white man. And then all the other nations that team up with them, because they got rich off of the destruction, oppression of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? That's how America was established. Off of the destruction and oppression of the North American Indians, all right? The Seminole Indians and the Mexicans. That's right, the Mexicans used to own California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. All right, before the U.S. sent their army down there during the time of President Polk, all right, to cause conflicts with the Mexicans, and eventually invaded Mexico City, if I'm not mistaken, and forced them into making a treaty that made the border of Mexico and Texas the Rio Grande. And then eventually those states, California and all that, they were given to the United States. Okay? But yet now they illegal aliens. People are the devil, man. So that's the fate of them. Them that robbed and spoil us, which are the nations, the heathen, they're gonna be destroyed for protesting. Okay? Now from there, go back to Luke and read verse 25 and 26, and then we'll get it in the Apocrypha stuff.
Luke chapter 21, verse 25.
Yeah.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars.
Yeah.
And upon the earth, distressing nations.
Yep.
With perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring.
So we prove that the sea and the waves roaring are these nations, man, these heathens. That's protesting. Keep reading.
The seas and the waves roaring. Man's hearts failing them for fear.
Yeah, and they're bugging out. Okay? That's another thing, Lord willing, we can touch on that real quick after we finish this point about the protesting, is about these fearful sights, i.e. these terrorist attacks, or things that strike terror. We're going to break that down. Keep reading.
Man's hearts failing them for fear. And for the looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, the powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's your government leaders, man. That's why Obama signed an executive order to give Secret Service protection to all former presidents, vice presidents, and government officials in his administration and in the past. Because they know when all hell breaks loose, these people gonna go get them, man. That's where that sedition and insurrection come in. Now go to Isaiah 13 and 4. To prove that that's the Lord stirring these people up to do these things.
Isaiah chapter 13 verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains.
What's that noise in the multitude in the mountains? The mountains represent major governments. Okay? And almost every major government or major government power around the world is experiencing uproar